Thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey, and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the in-depth analysis video forecast discussion for the second day of the heat wave. That is Tuesday, July 16, 2013. Temperatures before sunrise really didn't drop much below 70, probably because the dew point temperatures are in the upper 60s to low and mid 70s. They're a little drier today than they were yesterday at this time, but not by much as sinking air is taking hold. That's why we have northerly winds throughout the region and clear skies across the forecast region as well this morning. Temperatures already starting out in the lower 70s across the Hudson Valley. They're already at 80 in Newark, 81 in New York City, and Philadelphia is already at 81 this morning as well. And we have excessive heat warnings today for New Jersey from probably around Trenton down to Philadelphia and into the northern Delmarva too. Temperatures this morning 77 in Trenton. We're already up to 81 in Philadelphia, 75 in Westchester, 82 in Wilmington, and 78 in Middletown in Delaware. Elsewhere in the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area this morning, we have heat advisories for the Newark area. Some of these advisories have been taken away from Morris County and points north and west. Newton this morning is at 70 with lots of sunshine, 69 in Washington Township, 72 in Morristown, 83 already in New York Central Park, 78 in Yonkers, and these heat advisories here for this area, the heat advisories for the New York City area, southern New York State. High temperatures again forecasted for today to reach up and over 90. By the way, yesterday we had no temperature records. They were all in the upper 90s in many areas, but the records for the date in many of our National Weather Service forecast office locations were basically above 100 in some cases, and that occurred during the July 12th through the 15th time period in 1995. We had a massive heat wave here along the eastern United States coast. With that ridge of high pressure across the region sinking air aloft, we have compression that's going to allow temperatures to get well into the upper 90s to around 100 in some of the urban spots this afternoon. And the Storm Prediction Center has absolutely no convection for our area. An outlier thunderstorm is possible to pop, but we are not expecting any severe weather. If we went to day 3, which is on Thursday, this would be valid for the period on Thursday, there is just a slight risk of general thunderstorms in the area across the region. And what's interesting is by the weekend, we're going to find a moderate risk across southern New England and New Jersey into Philadelphia and portions of the northern Delmarva into Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Ohio Valley, as strong thunderstorms are possible during the Saturday and Sunday time period as a cold front draws closer to the northern New England and northern middle Atlantic coast states to help break some of this heat wave up. Latest surface chart this morning at 9:20 this morning from Roanoke, weatherroanoke.com, shows a thermal trough here across the coastal regions into central and southern New Jersey. This will be a focus for sea breezes possibly developing this afternoon to cool things off along the immediate coast, but interior locations where we have winds out of the north will probably not see much in the way of convection at all as the air is drying and sinking as it reaches the lower levels of the atmosphere, which promotes not only drying, but it promotes rapid warming of the air as well just above the ground. So that's why we're expecting heat advisories and extreme excessive heat warnings to be continuing in this area as well. High pressure off the coast, high pressure ridging all the way inland across the eastern United States, promoting this hot, humid, but not much in the way of thunderstorm activity as the heat wave continues. 48-hour forecast, 48-hour loop actually of the water vapor imagery from NextLab College of DuPage shows the ridge of high pressure here in control across the region. And as such, with this ridge of high pressure, seem to have lost our thing here. This ridge of high pressure, we can find a bubbling of thunderstorms or cumulus clouds here off the coast. And most of these darker clouds in here remain as the air is sinking. So high pressure off the coast, high pressure center inland as well. We can see the clockwise circulation here promoting the excessive heat watches and heat warnings that we have in effect across the region. And the radar is showing exactly where those clouds were moving and the dissipating precipitation well off the Atlantic coastal waters. And the NamWorf composite reflectivity product from the EWAL site, actually Penn State EWAL, shows the high pressure ridge over the area, sinking air, really any kind of shower or thunderstorm activity that approaches the region. Even this little cluster here, if we back this up, that would be on Thursday morning as it approaches the region. Thursday morning across the New Jersey, New York City metro area will probably dissipate too, or in the early morning hours with not a lot of support, but we still can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm pulse across the region, especially Wednesday evening and early Thursday morning. And then high pressure continues in control with lots of sunshine, clear skies, patchy fog at night, and then just hazy, hot, and humid weather continuing through Friday. Again, noticing the 10-meter winds this afternoon. Again, where that thermal trough is located, we'll have east to southeast winds, southerly winds on the south shore and east ends of Long Island and Connecticut, northerly winds over the interior portions from New York City, Connecticut, and points west. And that means that temperatures inland will easily approach the mid and upper 90s, possibly near 100 away from the water in places like Newark and Philadelphia today. Trenton have to watch for that too. Portions of northern interior Delmarva as well. Right along the immediate coast, a nice sea breeze developing during the afternoon. The sea breeze cuts back off again tonight. And we have some dense fog and patchy drizzle, or dense fog actually, and low clouds. And then the air mass again repeats itself tomorrow with onshore flow on Wednesday afternoon, setting up nicely right along the immediate coast, as we can see here, and also the South Shore and east ends of Long Island. So these places right along the immediate coast during all afternoons will be the coolest spots. The highest temperatures and the muggiest of air will be across the interior locations. Sunrise and hazy sunshine on the beach in Belmar this morning. Ocean City, New Jersey as well. The sun coming up here as well. Beautiful day. And the 500 millibar height anomalies from both the European model here on the left and the GFS on the right. As of last night in the upper means, we see a weak troughing here across the eastern United States, and this is in the next 8 to 10 days, which would be valid time, which ending time would be the 26th. So next week into the following, into the end of next week, more troughing here across the eastern United States. And yesterday morning's 12Z run also showed the same kind of scenario. Whether this holds true or we go back into a slight or delayed heat wave again by the middle to the later part of next week remains to be seen. European modeling starts our day off with very hot, dry, humid conditions across the region this afternoon as the heat wave continues. The ridge of high pressure from off the Atlantic over the interior, parked right over the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. As we go through time, the high pressure ridge and the strong heights extend across the region into Thursday. We could have an outlier shower or thunderstorm try to make its way through the region, but probably dying out as it does so on Wednesday night and early Thursday morning. And then a weak surface trough moves through the area during the day on Friday. Again, very hazy, hot, and humid conditions. A possible shower or thunderstorm across the region. More importantly, will be this low across Hudson's Bay and its cold front, and lowering heights across the region as we get into Saturday. It's still going to be a hot, humid weather day on Friday night and Saturday too. And we could even see a chance of a shower or thunderstorm well to the north and west of the region during the day on Saturday. As we approach Saturday afternoon and Saturday night, the cold front will make an attempt to make it off the coast with numerous showers and thunderstorms possible at that time. And even as we get into Sunday morning, the cold front will kind of fizzle out and slow up as it makes its way off the mid-Atlantic coast states. There could be a few disturbances here across the region which would promote the chance of showers and thunderstorms across the region during the day on Sunday. But we're not really looking for that much of a cool off, but a little bit more so than we've seen over the last couple of days, as we'll have absolutely no cool off as well right through Saturday afternoon, and any of these showers and thunderstorms that make their way across the region. As we get into the early part of next week, the ridge across the Midwest has been shunted back. We still have a little bit of a weakness here off the mid-Atlantic coast states and New England coast states, but generally high pressure ridging across the region to fill in the gap. Slightly cooler and drier air coming in for early next week. The question remark remains if this ridge of high pressure is going to rebuild across the central states and push eastbound again, and it possibly will. So we may be in for more hazy, hot, and humid weather conditions beginning during the middle part of next week. Surf zone forecast for New York waters. Basically, a low risk of rip currents today anywhere from Coney Island out to Hither Hills and Montauk Point. Surf height around 2 feet. Surf temperatures upper 60s. And the lightning risk absolutely none today. But the UVI index is very high. You get burned with just about 10 or 15 minutes of skin exposure without any kind of proper sun protection on it. And for New Jersey beaches today, there is a low risk of rip currents. Sunny skies today, high temperatures in the mid 80s along the surf zone. Beach winds north at around 10. Surf temperature is going to be in the lower 70s. The UVI index is 9. And the rip current risk is low. However, strong currents can occur near piers and jetties. Rip currents are possible elsewhere, especially during the lower portion of the tide cycle. Only swim in areas where lifeguards are present and talk with them about the hazards in the surf zone. And there is no threat of lightning today. So that's going to do it for today. I'm on vacation this week. I'll be in and out, and I want you to enjoy the weather and be safe out there during this heat wave. Remember, drink plenty of non-alcoholic beverages. Take shelter in shaded areas when you feel faint or lightheaded. And remember, hydration is very important. Do check on the elderly and the pets as well. And that's going to do it. Enjoy this summertime heat wave. GardenStateWeather.com forecaster Robert Smith. I'll be back bright and early with you either Wednesday or Thursday morning.